What's up? My name is Jonathan Paul Duncan, aka Duncan. It's just my last name. It's not that hard. And today I'm going to be doing a review on Grounding Man, also known as Grounding Camp. It was Grounding Camp when I first started in 2017. So if you're just looking for the short answer and what my recommendation in my review would be, is go to Grounding Man. It's an amazing opportunity to connect with people, to explore yourself, and to just have an amazing time. The biggest hurdle for me was the money, and I mean that's just the reality of it. Is like the workshop cost a little bit of money. However, what I noticed in my life over the last 2 years is there's been a direct relationship or correlation to the amount of money that I've invested in myself and the quality of my lifestyle over the last 2 years. So the last 2 years I've spent more money, I've invested more money into myself than I ever have in my entire life, and the quality of my lifestyle has increased tenfold. So it's like $1,500. It's like the quality of my life has increased by $15,000, so to speak. So if you're interested in the story, keep listening, and if you just want the review and the recommendation is go to Grounding Man. You won't regret it. I guarantee it. Amazing opportunity to connect with 100+ other individuals who are like-minded, who are all seeking, just as I am and still am and was in that moment when I first signed up for Grounding Camp. And like I said, it's just a great way to be free and live naturally and express in our body. I mean, the active meditation works. The bioenergetics works. Elliot's an amazing facilitator. He's done the work himself, so he's distilled it down over the years, and it's just overall an amazing opportunity. So that's the review and the recommendation. If you're interested in my story, here we go. So it started in 2017. I signed up, must have been late 2016. To take advantage of the deal. And there are a couple of people on the internet who are all talking about kind of presence and what it is to be in the moment and all of this. And so for me, it was just an opportunity to go into it. I had the opportunity to either do Elliot's workshop, Grounding Camp, or do an RSD boot camp. And at the time I was in a 3-year-long relationship. So there is no way I was gonna sell my ex-girlfriend on going to a workshop or a boot camp on how to pick up girls for a weekend. However, going to a workshop on spirituality, breathing, and anyhow, I go to the workshop. I go to Grounding Camp, February 2017. And I just did the work. I went in there, did the process, did the work, did the meditations, and it was as though, and I speak in story and metaphor. This is just the easiest way for me to distill, to share information. So from a metaphorical standpoint, I was a frozen lake bed with a very thick surface. And that first Grounding Camp cracked the surface. It didn't even break the surface, it just cracked the surface. Something happened in that moment, over that weekend, in this experience for me, that changed me. It's hard to describe, but that's the best way I could describe it. And so one of the reasons why I went to the workshop was to salvage a relationship that I had with my ex. And the only thing that happened is we grew further apart. However, something had changed in me, and again, I was more expressive. I was waking up, so to speak. So I signed up for the next workshop. Which was in June of 2017. And I was faced with a choice. I had a choice at hand, which was my ex and I were growing further and further apart. I'm going to this workshop. What do I want to do? Do I want to go to the workshop and still be together? I already knew I was going to break up, initiate the breakup with her. So do I break up with her before the workshop or after the workshop? And the question was more or less baggage. Not at all saying that she was baggage, but emotionally I was carrying around a lot. So what did I want to show up with? So I made the decision to end the 3-year-long relationship before I went to my second grounding camp. I went to the second grounding camp, had an amazing time. It was beautiful. In New York, met over 100 people, 100 individuals who were all remarkable. And then I went home to a flat that was half empty. A room that her and I had built together, half of it fucking gone. And I was broken. For a month and a half, I cried every fucking day. I sobbed on the floor. And I initiated the breakup. It was one of the hardest things that I had ever been through. The beautiful thing here was grounding camp, my second grounding camp, opened me up more to the point of where I was feeling and expressing how I was feeling. So when I was sobbing, I was 100% in the sob, into my tears, into the emotion. I was feeling it. I was crying, sobbing loud. My neighbors could hear me. Tears running down my face. I wasn't hiding, suppressing, or pushing away the emotion. It was in me and it wanted to come out. And so I just got the fuck out of the way so the emotion could flow through me as emotion should. The emotion should flow, it should be expressed in a healthy way. Then I was invited, I was accepted to go to a week-long immersion experience called Immersion in Florida with Chrisana Locke and Elliot Hulse and about 20 other remarkable individuals. And we did a week-long, 7 days of active meditation, dynamic meditation in the morning, active meditation at night, and active meditations and some tantric energetics sprinkled in throughout the week. I was just taken back. I was feeling myself as though I had never felt before. I was more in tune with who I am and what was happening and coming up. And it was a beautiful experience for me just to be there. And, well, at the end of this workshop, an offer presented itself to me, which was to sign up for a 7-day experience called Tantric Energetics. And if you're interested in Tantric Energetics, I have another review on Tantric Energetics. Highly recommend it, is the short answer. So I signed up for Tantric Energetics, which was in April of 2018, this year. And in the beginning of 2018, this year, I went to, I guess you could say, my third grounding camp in Austin, Texas. Again, beautiful time, amazing experience for me. A huge takeaway I had at Grounding Camp Austin 2018 was, what type of life could I create if I do what feels right from a grounded perspective? Okay, so this in theory is like my third, well, it's my third grounding camp. I had been to Tantric Energetics, which was a week long. So I've been doing a lot of the internal work and connecting with my emotions and who I am as a person, as an individual. So by this point in time, I really started to ask this question, like, what type of lifestyle could I create if I do what feels right from a grounded perspective? And so that led me to stop taking the CPA exam, which I had been failing for 4 years. About 15 times I'd failed the CPA exam. And I picked up Holistic Lifestyle Coach Level 1 through the Czech Institute. And this was at the end of March and the beginning of April. I made this shift. Back up a little bit, I had shifted jobs because there's these other things that was happening in my life. So again, my life just started transforming over time throughout this whole period. Just people started showing up, new situations, new experiences, and I'm tuning into this and how it's feeling for me, and how I'm showing up, and how people are receiving me, and how my reflection is being received by others. So I do tantric energetics. Amazing experience. Again, another video review there. Week long, and this was with Krisanna and Mazen. After tantric energetics, I chill out for a couple of months, but then I plan one of the biggest moments of the last 2 years, which was 21 days dynamic meditation every fucking morning in Berlin, Germany. Never been to Europe. Didn't know anyone in Germany. And I went to Germany in July, and I participated in 21 days of dynamic meditation. And if you've been through one dynamic meditation, it's really hard to conceive what 21 days is like, but it's at another level. At the last 3 days of my 21 days was a tantric energetics workshop, which again, it was just words do not do service to this type of experience. So, which brings me to current day, right? So current day, I'm sitting in the Zen Den. This is a yoga studio, a meditation space at a co-op in the heart of San Francisco, in Lower Haight. That my house is a multi-million-dollar Victorian-styled mansion with 9 bedrooms and 11 bathrooms, and I'm in the cottage where the Zen Den is. I've retired from being an accountant on December 7th, 2018. On December 12th, 2018, I launched the Feeling Experiment, an experiment that I'm participating in, that I'm putting myself in the middle of for the next year, exploring what will happen when I live and create a deeply meaningful lifestyle. What will happen? My conclusion, my hypothesis is all things will support me and my life will be exceptional. Everything will work out for me and it will just get better and better. Be deeply meaningful. Yeah. And I sit here as an exceptional coach, which is a new title and a new identity that I'm taking on, because I am but a light, a beacon for myself. And as a quote on a wall in the house says, thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the light of the candle is not, and the life of the candle is not shortened, is not diminished. So I'm a light, here to inspire, here to enlighten, here to educate, here to facilitate other lights. That's providing a spark or a light, and this is what I'm here for. I'm about to participate in the biggest transformation of my life, which already just happened. Again, I was an accountant for 5 years. It was something I was heavily identified with. And now I'm pursuing my dream and my passion and following my dreams. Two dreams that I've had for over a decade have been be a snowboard instructor, snowboard at Laux ski resort in Switzerland, snowboard in the Swiss Alps. This January, February, March, I'll accomplish both of those dreams. So that's one one circle when it comes to grounding camp and now grounding man. Since I didn't really tap on grounding man, I've been to one grounding man and there's only been one. I'm going to my second one in January in Austin, Texas. So if you're going to be at Grounding Man, I look forward to seeing you. Come by, say what's up. And it's my hope and my dream to participate in all the Grounding Mans in the future, to give back and to share and to be there for myself first and foremost, and then be there as a support or a pillar for other men at Grounding Man, because this is transformational work at the individual level, which is above masculine and feminine. That's another conversation though. So if you're interested in Grounding Man, highly fucking recommend it. Amazing opportunity, epic energy, and just to be around 100+ strong, passionate, beautiful men. This is a once in a lifetime experience. And if you could experience it more than once, the invitation to do that is there too. So to kind of wrap this up, is what's happened in my life over the 2 years is really hard to explain. That's why I have to tell the story. The feeling is near impossible to express. At the core of it is Grounding Camp, Grounding Man, Tantric Energetics has played a huge fucking part in me being able to sit here in front of a camera, in a room with people around me, and being able to express myself. This was not who I was 2 years ago, but it is who I am today. That's fucking beautiful. And that's exceptional, to be here and to be shining and to be a light. So to wrap up this review of Grounding Man, of Grounding Camp, if you're interested, if you're on the fence, if you're curious, what could happen? May this story be a light, a map, a guide for you. If you're in a place where you're in an unhealthy relationship, you're not healthy yourself, where your life is kind of crumbling, things don't make sense, you're unsure about your direction, the invitation to go to Grounding Man is there. And I'm not saying that one Grounding Man's going to do it, because, well, I've been to, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like I just do the work. Whatever works, I just keep on doing it. So I'm not stopping. This isn't my last Grounding Man. Like, I'm going to keep going because the work is that powerful. And you could do it on your own. However, there is something exceptional about the group and the energy of the tribe coming together, specifically the men's work. So anyhow, I love you. I hope to see you in person. I'm not fucking kidding. Come up and say what's up to me. If you see me at Grounding Man, most people call me Duncan. If you want to call me JP, that's fucking dope too. And yeah, if you're interested in anything else, if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm here to support. And yeah, I'd love to hear your story. That said, good vibes. Peace.